Hi, I'm Deborah. Welcome to Kitchen Sense and Information. Food tips for you from the food pros. I have 17 years experience in food plants across Canada, making all kinds of foods that you see in your grocery store. And in that time, I've learned a lot about food and how to make it, how to keep it, what to do, what not to do, tricks to make it easier. And that's what I'm going to share with you. I'm doing a series of videos on how to save money on your grocery bill. The first video covered buying in larger quantities. Then we talked about foods you don't want to freeze. And then we talked about foods you can freeze, which is a really big list. And now today's topic is how to store all that food. So today we're going to look at containers and storage. So you need to have good quality containers. I can show you an example. Here we go. I take the lid off, put the lid back on. I seal around the edges. Did you hear that snap? That's the airtight seal. This has got to be, I don't know how many decades old, and it's still fine. Plastic containers are an investment. They're reusable, they're washable. You buy them once and they will last for days. So what you can do is just slowly over time, every few months, buy a few containers, build up your inventory, and eventually you will have enough. Then you won't need to use so many freezer bags to make sure that your food doesn't dry out and that it preserves its quality. Another thing I do is I use my coffee cans from, my big coffee cans. You wash them, you dry them, and they're good for a while. The lids do break, and if you don't dry the cans out very well, they can rust. You do not want to put food in a rusty can, so they don't last forever, but, as a temporary measure, they're okay. Something you should never do, though, is reuse the plastic containers from the grocery store, where you buy your yogurt and your margarine and all of that, because those containers are not meant to be reused. The plastic is meant to keep its integrity for one use only. And if you use them over and over again, the plastic breaks down and chemicals leach into your food. So it's really not a good idea to use those to store food. You want to use them as a paint tin with your kids, that's fine, but not to store food. Another thing you're going to need is a freezer, and that could be a hurdle for some people, but there are used freezers out there. They're not so expensive. I would recommend a chest freezer because they are much better at keeping a cold temperature. They're inexpensive compared to freezers with the big door, and they are the most space efficient. Now, I've had the freezer I have right now, it's a small chest freezer, but you would be amazed at what you can get in it. I've had it for 11 years, and the freezer before that, I had it for 25 or 30 years. They last for a long time. They are low maintenance, really, really useful appliances, and you will save a lot of money. So the little bit of money you invest in a freezer now is going to save you a ton of money in a very short period of time. Why would you want to really freeze all these foods? Well, like I said at the beginning, you can buy bigger quantities. You can put them in the fridge or the freezer and keep them for a long period of time. You can cut down on your trips to the grocery store, which especially at this point in time with COVID-19, that is a good idea for your own personal safety. And you can ensure that even if you go through a period of time where the grocery store is out of stock of flour or yeast or cheese or many items. And of course, if you end up being stuck at home for some other reason, like you're sick or a family member is sick, well, you've got food, you don't have to go out, you don't have to panic. And you are going to save money. You will save a lot of money by buying in larger quantities and then freezing it. And you will also cut down on your waste, because if you buy food and you're like, oh, I bought too much lettuce, oh, it's gone bad, I gotta throw it out, oh, the cucumber's getting soft, I gotta throw it out, oh my goodness, the milk has gone sour, I gotta throw it out, oh, the cheese is moldy, oh, the peanut butter smells bad. Whatever it is, you could take that and you could freeze it instead. Now, if it's really gone bad, you don't want to freeze it because it's going to come out of the freezer just as bad as when it went in. But if you can catch it before it gets to be that bad, like, oh, the cucumber is starting to get a little soft, I'm going to chop it up and freeze it right away. The milk, it's been open for 5 days and we still have a lot left to go. I'm going to freeze it. Oh, this juice has been open for a few days too. I'm going to freeze some of it before it goes bad. So if you can catch it before it goes bad and freeze it, then you're going to cut down on your waste, and that's going to save you money. So those are my tips for today, and we will see you next time for the subject. So now that you've got all this food in the freezer, how long can you keep it? If you have any questions, send me an email. I'll be happy to answer. If you have anything you want me to research, send me an email. I'm here to help you, do the research for you. That's my business as a food expert. And check out my Facebook page. You will find everything I talked about today on the Facebook page. Also, you'll have a PDF if you want to download the document and have a PDF. Be safe, stay well, buy in bulk, save your money, catch your waste, and I will see you next time.